So I was really sick the past few days. Man, it was not a good time. Not a good time at all. So I thought to get back into like YouTube flow, I'd go ahead and make a video on Ni no Kuni, a game I'm really looking forward to, because this is actually a game made by, or at least produced, or how should I say, inspired by, not even inspired by, that's the most unfitting term right there. It's a game by the Ghibli Studios that made the most amazing like anime movies, all the anime movies that I love so much, and yeah, they just sat down with I think level 5, that's the developer team, and they decided to do a little game. A game called Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the Witch, and the demo came out very recently. So I got some gameplay here for you. This is not live commentary, but post, just so I can just sit down, have a beer, and talk a little bit about what I think about it, how I like the game, and so I can just like go ahead and explain you some stuff. So you are this guy, what's his name, Oliver? Oh man, I didn't read that, what the hell. And he has like this friend Drippy or whatever, and I believe Drippy, he was created by some tear, because I believe Oliver lost his mom or something, and so one of his tears then kind of transformed into Drippy, and he's like his sidekick. That's like the main story thing that I know of, but the demo doesn't really explain any of that. It just throws you in and lets you enjoy some gameplay. So what you can see right here is just a boss fight against the Guardian of the Woods. Just some mission in the game, I guess, and let me just go ahead and explain the combat system to you a little bit. So it's very much like old school, inspired or themed. As you can see, you can select all kinds of shit like attack, spells, or defend or whatever. And the cool thing about it is, and what kind of makes it unique and very interesting to play, is that you can actually run around in real time, but you still have to select the stuff in a very old school way. So it really makes for some interesting gameplay, because like stuff is dropped on the like arena floor and you can then pick it up. For example, I think in the distance there you can see like a green orb, and then there was just like a blue orb appeared, and you can just go ahead and pick them up, and that will then increase either your HP or your MP, so you can then use more fireballs or whatever. And what you can see right now is Oliver is actually using like some kind of Pokemon, and that's one thing I find really cool with this game. Like I believe from what I see is that you can actually like somehow, I don't exactly know how, but you can like get monsters to fight for you. So like little pocket monster things, so like Pokemon basically. And that's the only one I have right now. There's like a second mission in the demo where you have like, I guess 3 maybe, and you can all like switch between them and all. It's kind of cool. But I don't know, the difficult part about it is that you share HP, so if he gets killed you die as well. So, and if you like swap out, it's not like you have your own HP bar, it's just one HP bar that accounts for the 2 of you. Or however many Pokemon. I find it hard to say not Pokemon. I don't know what the official term in the game is. But that's about it, I guess. You can run around and still cast all your stuff and attack, and then attacking itself is automated. But I find it plays really cool and very unique, so it doesn't really get boring. For example, Final Fantasy after a while got boring for me. Like I like the basic like round-based strategy game like setup, like it is in, for example, Final Fantasy 6 or whatever. But if you play like 6 or 7 games where that is the case, it gets boring. So this is really something refreshing and nice, and I enjoy it. But I have to admit, like this gameplay you're watching right now is not the first time I'm playing I'm playing Nino Kuni. I don't know, probably like the second time I played this demo, yes. And the first time I really fucking had a hard time with this boss. It was such a pain in the ass. I died probably like 3 or 4 times on him. So it's not really easy. It is not at all just fighting in this game. Because, I guess, mainly because it doesn't tutorialize anything in this demo. So, yeah, in this gameplay, I finally then had a, like, basic, understanding of, like, what you could do and how you are supposed to do stuff, so it was fairly easy for me that time, but as I said, the first time through, not easy at all. So I don't want to really talk about the story here that is presented in this, like, in these cutscenes too much. I guess if you want to find out, you can just go ahead. Basically, it's just you fight this guardian, talk to a tree, and he then sends you to a town, and you'll see that in just a matter of seconds or minutes. But what I'd much rather talk about now is just the Ghibli stuff itself, and what I really like about this game, besides the combat, and that is just the amazing art style. Like, I love the Ghibli movies. They have a really nice atmosphere, and the art style is amazing. I mean, what an example, like Spirited Away is one of my favorite movies just because it's so crazy, all the characters are so unique and cool, and it looks amazing, and the story is great. So I really have my hopes high in terms of story for this, but the demo doesn't really tell me all too much. It seems really like fantasy story, like, and I don't know about that because Ghibli is not really known for having this, like, super obvious fantasy setting. They're mostly, I don't know, just kind of hinting at fantasy, basically. I guess it's hard to describe, but they have their own vibe, and it's not like in-your-face fantasy. But with this game, it seems more like that because you have many monsters and stuff. And you'll see like different monster designs once we get out of this forest area. But basically, as you can see right now, actually, this game is absolutely gorgeous, and I really like how they managed to get their art style into a game, like from just overall just movies into this game, because it really looks like a Ghibli piece of work. Just the way the characters look in this, I really enjoy it. Although I have to say, like, one of the monsters that I saw so far, it's in the second part of the demo that I'm not gonna show. It's like the end fight of that. That looked really weird. It looked too, like, I don't know, Digimon, like Pokemon style kind of thing, because it's like a really straightforward character or monster design for like a fantasy game. But overall, art style is gorgeous, especially like the backgrounds. Yeah, they are amazing, and the characters look like Ghibli characters, and that is what I love. So we left the forest, and we're now gonna head for a town and just fight all kinds of monsters. And this is very much like a Final Fantasy kind of overworld. So you just run around. Cool thing is, not like randomized fights, but you can actually see the monsters running around, and they're gonna chase you. For example, that thing is gonna chase us and run right into us. And then we're gonna fight it. And at least in this demo, I believe it's maybe like 17 minutes long. This is what the video should be. It did not get boring, like it wasn't annoyed by just all kinds of monsters running into us. I mean, it's hard to tell if that's gonna be annoying in the actual game once it comes out, but so far I'm not really annoyed by the fighting, because as I said, it's really refreshing. It's not just like hitting buttons because you just want to get it over with, but you can actually move around a little bit, and that's kind of neat. But I didn't really want to talk about gameplay much more. I would much rather get back to all the Ghibli stuff. and just, I don't know. Thing is, man, Ghibli movies are for me so cool. I really love basically all of them. I know there's one that's really different, because I think it's an adaptation. What the fuck is its name again? It's something, I mean, I know the German name because I watched it in German, as I do with like most anime stuff, because I don't know, for my, like, for me it just seems like German synchronization, like this German dubbing is better in for like anime movies. Maybe that's just what I'm used to. What the fuck is that movie's name again? I'll look it up and probably just put it in the video right here. Because that movie is really similar with in terms of looks, because it's more fantasy world and not this subtle kind of thing that I tried to explain earlier and kind of failed at it, but still, like, besides this is more actual fantasy. I'm really liking the art style, as I said, and I just once again really hope that they can get down the story in the right way, because all Ghibli stories so far that I know of, like Spirited Away, or what's that other one, Howl's Castle, or Grave of the Fireflies, is it? Man, it's really difficult to just come up with all the names from the top of your head if you watch them in German. But I believe that's the name of the movie. Anyways, God, probably should have prepared that a little bit better, but anyways, we'll have to deal with it. So yeah, I guess if you are really a fan of Japanese style like role-playing games, such as Final Fantasy or whatever, there's like the Tales of Vesperia, Graces, whatever, all kinds of that stuff around. If you're really a fan of that, there's not many of those around these days, and Ni no Kuni is really one a lot of people are looking forward to, and I hope rightfully so. So far I'm really enjoying the characters. Oliver seems like a just very typical Ghibli character, like the young boy. He's kind of adventurous and nice, and then there's this like sidekick which is weird. He has a really weird voice, like he's almost, I'm not too good with like accents or dialects or whatever, but he seems like Scottish, something like that. And that is really interesting. I don't know, but he's all kinds of weird. I find it hard to like judge him, what his stand is in like the overall story, because once again the demo doesn't really tell you anything. But one thing that they'll explain to you now, after like having the demo focus mainly on fighting, they're gonna get into like, I guess, interaction with the world and with the people, and how you then can use magic to do all that kind of stuff. So we will now go ahead and use the little locket that we got from the tree, and we will actually apply some enthusiasm to the other guard so that he can open the door. And I guess that is also another mechanic that the game is gonna then make use of, so you can like collect all kinds of stuff like enthusiasm, maybe, I don't know, what else could it be? Love, although that would be weird. Maybe fun, or just hope, something like that maybe. And you can like distribute it to different people, to the people that need it, and you can then help them out by that. And what you'll see in a second is that actually to do so we'll use all kinds of spells that we learned, and I guess here in this case it's very like tutorialized and easy, and it doesn't really show you how it's going to be used in the game. But I have a feeling it's going to be kind of cool, because you can just like go up to people and find out about them and see how they feel, and then apply all that stuff to them. But in general, this demo doesn't really teach you too much about what you can expect from the game in the end. it just shows you it has a really cool like combat system that once again I really like. It's a lot of fun and it's challenging, which is amazing. It shows you that the art style is amazing. So if I were to now just pause the video, it would look like just a screenshot from a Ghibli movie, which is really cool because right now it looks all 3D and moving, but if you just stop it, it looks really like a Ghibli movie, and that is really cool. They really managed to get that down. Man, my voice is ugh. As I said, I was sick and it was not a good time. All kinds of shit in my throat. Man, let's take a sip of my beer. I was really waiting for my beer like this entire week, and it's really good to have one, like, at least I believe, after you were sick, just go grab a beer. At least that's what I do, like, not really when I'm sick, not during my like period of sickness, but after I'm sick and I'm feeling a bit better, I just tend to then grab a beer, have one, and it usually makes me sleep good and feel better. Anyways, getting kind of sidetracked there. So we just gave this guard like the enthusiasm. He's very thankful. He wants to give us some kind of stamps. I don't know. Probably some collectible stuff that you can then unlock something with, maybe. But he's gonna open the gate and we'll enter Ding Dong Dell. And I really like the design of this town, like the fish on the side, and they actually say that it's like the town of the Cat King. I believe that's what they say. And this is really like Ghibli-esque, and I really like that. Man, I keep saying that, but it needs to be said because I'm a big fan of those movies. And I would suggest you check them out, but I guess if you're watching this video, you're probably liking them. Yeah, that's probably the case. But unfortunately, this ends the demo, and probably also ends my video right here. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This was Nino Kuni. Hopefully you got some information out of this little video of mine. I'm not sick anymore, and I'll get to posting some more videos, which is awesome because I was sick since Monday? Probably, yes. What a joke. Anyways, I'll finish my beer and probably watch a movie. So until next time, goodbye.